Hello everybody, it's Hyperdrive22, and it is time for a new playthrough. And yes, photosensitivity warning, there are flashing lights. Welcome to Mega Man Legacy Collection. Released in 2015, it includes the first 6 Mega Man games that were originally on the NES, and let me tell you, I'm a big Mega Man fan. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm not the best player at Mega Man by any means, and we're going to be using Rewind, so if you don't like that, well, I'm sorry, but don't watch if you don't like that. I'm just gonna play casually, because I really want to talk about Mega Man and play Mega Man. I already beat the game earlier today, just to get me prepared, but yeah, we're gonna start with Mega Man 1. Right now, I guess. We'll get right into it. But first, here are my options. Original screen size. You can have a border that has, like, characters and stuff on the side. I keep that off. No filter, but you can have like an old school filter if you want. You can play the Japanese version, but I'm just gonna stick to Mega Man. CPU speed, turbo. This prevents lag that would normally be there in the NES version. I love having the turbo on. And I have default button configuration. Let's just play. I have a lot to say, so here is Mega Man, released in 1987. And we'll press start. And here is your very basic screen. And so, yeah, 6 Robot Masters to choose from. We take on each one at a time. And I'm going to go with the ideal order for each one. So we're going to start with Gutsman first. Actually, not one of my favorite stages in this game, but, well, honestly, I have some gripes with this game as a whole, but we're going to get into it. This is just the recommended first level. So, first off, there is a turbo button mapped, so we're going to use the turbo button. And it's good that the first enemy we see is the iconic Metar. I love these guys. They're annoying, sure, but I like them. And yeah, we're just gonna take damage. And, okay, this part right here. You gotta wait for it. You gotta jump on it. Some precise platforming to start off this playthrough, and you can just flip off, and there's what the rewind looks like. When you see that, you gotta jump. It's very tricky, and it just drops you instantly. So this right here is why I like having the rewind, and it's not like a save state. Save states are tedious. This just literally reverses everything, plus it sounds pretty cool when everything is in reverse, so, yeah, I like this idea. And it works really well, and makes this a heck of a lot easier. But, this jump's still tricky. I'm not sure if I'm even doing it right, but, come on. Maybe I'm supposed to, It is worth noting, the platforming's pretty smooth, but there is a little bit of sliding. So, you won't stop in place. But yeah, you can go back quite a bit, pretty much to your last checkpoint, so I'm not sure exactly what the term is, but man, why can I not make this jump? This is kind of stupid. We'll just wait one more cycle and see if this one lines up better or something. Yeah, here we go. This is what you're supposed to do. What you're not supposed to do is mess that up. But yeah, this is why I don't think this is a good first stage. Because you're just, right away, you have this tricky platforming stuff that doesn't really show you what Mega Man is about. It's also a pretty short level. Like, we're basically already halfway done. I feel like this was a bit of a throwaway level. Like, the theme is also really short. Mega Man is known for its amazing music, but this game... Oh, it's still got some good songs. This isn't one of them, though. And, this guy does not seem to like my, rapid fire, but yeah. These pickaxe throwers, they've actually been around in quite a few Mega Man games. But yeah, I'm not good at dodging. If you can't tell, I'm playing on the easiest version of each game. So... it's just gonna be a nice casual playthrough. Also, if you're wondering about links, this will be to my plan which could change depending on if something goes on for a long time, but we're gonna try 2 levels per video, with maybe some exceptions. So yeah, these guys don't like rapid fire, apparently. Also, these pickups, those little circles make that sound. They don't seem to do anything. They are called, I believe, score orbs, when I looked them up. That's what they're called. And, they will increase your score, when you beat a level. Because, yes, there is score in this game. Something that no other Mega Man game has. And, you know, I'm glad they took it out, because what's the point? But I hear there's some ways to get extra stuff. And then we have something kind of typical for the series, your tough enemy blocking the door to the boss. This guy, you're better off just trying to get underneath it by waiting for that big jump. You can kind of lure it by jumping yourself. There we go. And when you see this door, oh, I saw the game glitch a little bit there. This game is very glitchy. Most of the glitches seem to be patched out of the re-release here. Like, I've played the original NES version before. It's freaking laggy and glitchy, and oh man, I'm glad that they really fixed it up in this version. Anyway, this is the first boss here. Gutsman, he's a weird one, and I definitely want full health for this since it's Buster only. We don't have any weapons, so we're just gonna let him kill us. And yeah, iconic death screen. I think a little bit different in this game compared to later ones. There's a lot of differences because they didn't really know what they were doing at this point, but there's usually these hallways with enemies to grind before each boss. In the later ones, you just have a room with like a save point, like a get ready room. Anyway, Gutsman, he just jumps around. He'll stun you. You can avoid that, but it's a very tight window. And then he'll throw rocks at you, then you just kind of have to get lucky to avoid them. But yeah, the trimmer itself does not damage you. It just tries to stop you in place so that he can throw a boulder. And you can see that we did not do very well. I'm gonna give that another shot. We had a very bad start to this fight. And yeah, this is something I wanted to bring up. You can probably hear my controller clicking while I'm talking. That's just a thing about my microphone, and I hate it. I mean, the microphone itself isn't good either, but this is what we gotta deal with. I think it's tolerable, so yeah. And what might not be tolerable is how bad I am at the game, so they do quite a bit of damage. Some fights do have cheeses. In fact, there's this little glitch that you might have heard of called the pause glitch. I don't really know if it works with Buster shots. Actually, I got an idea. I'm gonna try something. Not quite. So this game has a pause feature that is different from your normal menu that you get when pressing start. There is a standalone pause button that no other Mega Man game has. And if there's a weapon on top of an enemy, when you pause the game and then unpause it, the invincibility frames get ignored. So you can just do a ton of damage by pausing and unpausing and skipping the invincibility frames. And there are certain moments where we are going to use this, because I would just have a really bad time if I couldn't. But there's only 2 fights I can think of where I will be using that, which is the first Wily level and the final boss. Yeah, I kind of like doing a playthrough on my own so that I could, you know, get an idea of... I mean, I've played this a couple times before, but, you know, just get an idea of what to do when Let's Playing it. And, you know, have some stuff to explain to the viewer. But there we go, there's Gutsman. That shouldn't give me so much trouble. Also, they drop these orbs. No other Mega Man game does that either. I think they're supposed to be their weapon, because yeah, when you beat a robot master, you get their weapons. Now we have Gutsman's weapon, which you see those rocks over there to the left, you can pick those up and throw them, so it's very situational. It's very different from other Mega Man weapons, but yeah, it is a thing. So next up is Cutman, I believe, and I said 2 per video, so let's do it. Oh, oops, I was just checking the video link. This is so awkward. Anyway. Cutman's level's interesting. I will say it's got a decent theme. So yeah, I'll just show off the weapon here. When you pause, you got the letter to indicate which one it is, and then you can pick up that block and throw it, and take out these enemies that remind me of Fawful from Mario and Luigi. Pretty cool. Again, the score orbs, I don't give a crap about those. Well, and then there's, you know, your normal pickups I should talk about. The yellow ones are health, they're small and big. And then the colored ones are for your current weapon. If you have one equipped, you have to be using that weapon in order for it to restore that weapon's ammo, I guess you would call it, or energy. So if you pick it up while it's normal Mega Man, it won't do anything. But if I pick it up with the Gutsman weapon, I don't know the names of most of the weapons, sorry, but if I picked that up with Gutsman's weapon, I would restore some. It's not worth it though. But Gutsman's weapon is useful when you can use it, it's just that you can barely use it. There's only a few times where you need to use it, but when you do, it's good. It's just very situational. But yeah, that's one thing that makes Mega Man games unique, is that each one has a different set of weapons, because you're fighting different guys, and you have different weapons. And it's also cool how most of the bosses, not all of them, most of them will use the weapon that you get from them against you, so you know, Gutsman was throwing blocks at us, now we can throw blocks like him. And these guys are pretty annoying. As you can see, I'm really abusing the turbo button. Well, right there I didn't. These guys don't seem to like turbo either. Some enemies do, I promise. But yeah, I just don't prefer mashing half the time. But now we get to an upward section, and you will see the ladders are pretty obnoxiously slow. It's just kind of a meme in Mega Man. Even the newer ones have that, I think. So let's need to focus, get through these guys here. And even though you think you couldn't hurt them when the eyes are closed, you can. So the eyes are just for, they just open when they're moving. And again, I don't know the names of most of the enemies except for the, like, most popular ones. So excuse that as well. I'm not a Mega Man nerd, but I do like the games a lot, so. Wait, this guy just moves up and down. I don't have to worry about him. This one, let's just do that. Yeah, some of these guys do not like the turbo. And there's quite a few of these. That's one of my issues with this game, is the enemies are just kind of weird, aren't as fun to fight against. A lot of them are more like obstacles than enemies, which is not what you want in a game where you have all these different weapons. And then there's also those cutter things that jump out at you, like what are those even supposed to be? I don't know. But accidental pause there. This is such an awkward stage so far, or awkward recording. I apologize. But I mean, this is my first time really recording a game focused on the controller, and I'm just worried about how much I'm pressing the controller, when it's probably really not that bothersome to you guys, and I should just be trying to play, you know, like I normally would. Those guys are pretty tough to avoid, by the way. Shoot in 8 directions, I think. And we got another one of these guys. And I remember last time when I played this, I tried to use those blocks to take them out. That's a waste of time. Just go underneath them. There's no reason. Now, if I can get him to jump, that'd be cool. Okay, I actually don't know how to get over this guy, so... we're gonna try mashing. Yeah, this is annoying. I know this is annoying for you guys as well. I don't know. Maybe Mega Man's just not a good game for me to commentate. I don't know. Now I'm just berating myself. I should just be enjoying Mega Man and enjoying my dream of uploading videos to YouTube. Something I wanted to do for a long time, even if they're not very good. Come on. Actually, we're gonna try the Guts Man thing. But you can see even one of those does not take him out. But we might be able to speedrun? No. Even 2 does not take him out. Let's see if I can do it faster. There are some very optimized parts to Mega Man. Like, I didn't do that very quickly. I got kind of stuck right here. Well, okay, how come 2 of those killed it? Whatever, we finally did it. That guy's pretty tough to get past, actually, at least with our current loadout. These guys you gotta avoid, but they can drop stuff. They might be worth grinding with the turbo. Try to get some health. Actually, do I have another life? Or is that my last one? That is my last one, so... oh boy. We might be here for a while, guys. I was not expecting this much trouble. The ones on the floor aren't a big deal, but... and then if we go back... they'll respawn, and I think the point is just to, recover health, but it's like, you know... because you don't have E-tanks or anything in this game, you have to use these pickups, and it can be pretty tedious, so... actually, that gives me an idea. Knowing the pickup isn't the same every time. Okay, maybe that time it is. I don't know. This is so weird. And I don't trust myself to do Cutman without taking any hits, so that's why I'm doing this. Well, we do need this, actually. I can show that off. There we go. The ceiling guy is actually easier to hit. I mean, I could cut this out, my fans will be like, you need to learn to edit, bro, and it's like, no, that's just not how I roll. I can do what I want, and, I like raw footage. Unless I, like, have to go AFK or something. That would be an exception, or something unexpected happens, but, you know. Or if I'm doing backtracking or something, I could, you know. I mean, this game doesn't have backtracking, but you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't, because I'm confusing. But, man, I promise it gets better. Mega Man 1 was never my favorite. I like the sequels, and even other parts of this game are better, so... honestly, let's just jump right into it and give it a shot. Because you do have these blocks here for your convenience to use Gutsman's weapon on him. But I believe even these two aren't enough to take him out, though the weaknesses do a lot of damage. At least if you land them like that. And all he does is run around and jump and throw that boomerang cutter, I believe it's called, or at least that's what it should be called. And yes, I can die. We both died at the same time there. That normally can't happen. I guess in this game it can. Had that happen earlier today too, to Cutman as well, but it was the refight of Cutman. Spoilers, I guess, but yeah, you always fight the Robot Masters again later on in the game, so. Okay, pal, come on. And then when he's standing there, he makes this funny pose. It's like, come at me, bro. Man, I just think some of these Mega Man 1 characters makes me think of the show Mega Man Fully Charged. But hey, I think I'll get to that in the next episode. We finally finished this one. It went longer than I meant for it to, but still not super long, I guess. But that's the first 12 with the Mega Man 1, and hopefully I can show a better performance for the next two, which should be Electman and Iceman. So I'll see you in the next part of Mega Man 1 for that. Thanks for watching, and Hyperdrive out.